Everybody, welcome back to Worse Than Death. I finally made it. It's after 3 in the morning, but the note said that something was going to go down earlier tonight. I have to find out what was supposed to happen here. It might be the only way I can find Finn again. The work schedule for the mill. Among the names here, I recognize Jack's as well as Grace's father's. It's hard to read, but it looks like the manager on these shifts was named Forrest. Forrest Tabor, I think. Doesn't look like Jack was getting many shifts. He's hardly had schedule at all. Hehe, didn't see what that was. Table is covered in leftover donuts and dirty coffee mugs. Looks like there was a struggle here. Some of the mugs are broken and there's stale coffee dripping on the floor. It's Jack's work locker. It's stuffed full of old work boots and clothes. There's some empty pill bottles at the bottom of a plastic bag. This must be the main floor. It feels a little chilly in here. There are blood splatters on the wall, like something that's slammed up against it. The neatly stacked wood here is covered in scratches. This door is shut with a remote lock of some kind. It feels extremely cold to the touch. Something scratched into the metal of the door. 3 red robins. The first waits for all the other birds. The second attacks first. The third moves only after his opponent. Why are robins fighting? Sounds like Damian Wayne's fault. He's such a git. Seriously? 3 blue jays. The first retaliates immediately. The second makes no move. The third follows the first's orders. What's with the war of the birds here? Some kind of beat up old control panel. Maybe there's something here that'll help me access more of the mill, but how the hell am I supposed to know what to do? I'm guessing this is what those notes were about. First waits for the other birds. Second attacks first. Wait. No. Fucked it up. Second attacks first. Retaliates immediately. Moves only after his opponent. No? little confused. Tricky, 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 tricky. I suppose his opponent. I don't know. Looks like this panel contains some kind of security shutoff equipment. Could probably access it, but the front door has been locked tightly with 2 locks. Oh dear. Weird. Half the lumber's been stuck here on the conveyor. Looks half frozen. It's covered in ice crystals. There's something sticky on the wood, like sap. The whole thing smells stale. Torn piece of work uniform must have been stuck under some of the wood on the conveyor. There's a name tag on it. It says Forrester Tabor. Damn, the chute's completely clogged with uncut lumber. I won't be able to get out that way. I am very confused. Okay. No. I'm getting nothing here. I need to look this up. I apologize. There's not much for it. I just can't figure this out. No, this wasn't gonna work because it's not the right chapter. Very confusing. did that. I did exactly that. Okay, something's not right here. I did exactly that. It's not working. Oh. Okay, you had to hold the button. Why not? Okay, so I did know how to do it. The game was just being stupid. Whew. Microwave has definitely seen better days, but I think it still works. I don't know if this could cook anything reliably, but at least you'll be able to heat up something at least. I don't think I have anything I need to heat. The kitchen counter's a complete mess. A dirty napkin with some marks on it has been stuck to the wall. Okay, I'll take a picture of that. I don't know what it is. Doesn't look much like anything, but, you know. Might make sense later. One of the lockers is open. It belongs to Grace's father. His name's on the door. Inside there's several photos of the mill workers, including Jack. He's been circled in black marker. There's a note scribbled on the back. He's the one you want. Hey, there's an old key in here. There are a number of official-looking reports and notices on the table. Most of them are about Jack. They mention him causing trouble at work, showing up late, and often being in a disorderly state. They're all signed by the floor manager, Forrester Tabor. Seems like Jack really was the screw-up Flint said he was. TV looks pretty busted, but I think the channel buttons still work. What? Okay, that's another thing I need to take a picture of. Well, it might be difficult with the flashing like that. I think that'll work. Any others? Nope. Freak. Holy crap. The room feels so cold, like the inside of a walk-in freezer. Even the cold I can smell something off, like old meat. That's never a good sign. Pile of lumber here that's been hastily cut. It's stained dark and a disgusting, almost sweet smell to it. The whole wall looks like it's been frozen solid. There are ice crystals everywhere. They're starting to melt now, but it's almost as if the room was flash frozen, like a bag of vegetables. Something feels different than before. Those things always feel cold, but this is much more intense. Can't help but feel a sense of anger in here. It's unsettling. Oh my god. It's a large industrial saw for cutting lumber, and it's completely covered in blood. Some of the blood is still dripping, but it's thick like syrup. I think it's because of how cold it is in here. What is this? One of the salt mill workers was pushed into the blade of this industrial saw. There are frozen pieces everywhere, but I can't tell who this is. The man's uniform has a large spot torn out of it. Wait a minute. His hand looks like it's still holding something, but it's frozen shut. This is disgusting, but if I can somehow thaw his hand, maybe I can find out what it is. I mentioned it jammed. Now I need to go back to the microwave. Yummy, yum, yum. Gross, the hand just fits inside. No? That's right, the hand was holding something after all. Shit. It is disgusting, game. Thank you for pointing that out. Doors locked tight and it's covered in scratch marks. Well, that's no good. Seems I missed something. Where? Neener, neener, neener. Didn't think it could catch me like that. Now I know why they're hiding places in other rooms. The shoe. I think it's one of Vanessa's pumps. I remember she was wearing these at the reunion. What's it doing out here? I don't hold much hopes for her survival. I like crows. They're smart little critters. Ow. It's a crumpled pack of cigarettes with the flaps torn off. I've seen this brand of cigarettes before. Inside the pack is a handwritten note in ballpoint pen. It says, "Meet V, 10 p.m. Saturday." So something was going to happen tonight. The whole collection of discount brand beer bottles. They smell stale and their yellow labels are faded. Someone's been drinking this slop here for quite some time. The workplace safety poster. It tells employees to wear the right equipment for the job. What kind of equipment would help me now? Not much, I bet. The shelf is crammed as full as it possibly can with solvents, tools, and dirty old rags. There's a box here labeled rope, but I don't see any rope inside. That's not a good thing. I get the feeling we're going to find somebody hanging out around here. That's weird. The door is locked. There's a lock on it, but it's been busted open. It smells awful in here. You've been saying that a lot. It's the other piece of that torn-up letter I found in Grace's father's locker. It's from the local newspaper. It's typed out on official letterhead and very brief. "Thank you for your newest letter and for the photo. As we stated before, however, we cannot run an investigation based solely on hearsay. The letter is signed Vivian. Of course, she runs the paper now. The photo this mention must be the circled image of Jack found in the breaker room." Whoa, that's some pretty serious-looking homemade lab setup here. Looks like someone was manufacturing drugs. There's some wrappers and old medicine bottles and old lab supplies, some of which look like they came from the high school. Hold on, there's some kind of letter here. Whoever wrote it looked like they could barely hold a pen. "You tell me to stop, but how can I? What am I supposed to do? She's gone now. She's gone. Now I'm gone. It's not my fault I loved her. I didn't ask to. This whole damn town died the day she died." It's Vanessa's purse. What's it doing out here? There's a note scrawled on the back of a faded piece of newspaper. It's written in ballpoint pen. "Smarten up. I can't keep covering for you." Pill bottles in here, but the labels don't make any sense. I think they were reused. Inside the bottles are some kind of crystalline rocks. Wait, there's some kind of homemade drugs. It's a bright orange key. It looks very worn and numbers are written on the head. What have I stumbled onto? Shelves are covered with years of accumulated grime, dust, and dirt. Looks like there's a struggle of some kind here. Several cannons and boxes on the shelf have been knocked over. You always assume it's a struggle, and not just people being clumsy. Where'd the birds go? There's no shoe here. You're lying and saying silly things. One, two, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Okay, I've got the panel open. I probably need to press these buttons in sequence to do whatever it does. Shit. The picture I took isn't going to be much help. I'm going to have to go Try and take the picture again, but I don't think it's going to help. Okay, that's a good one. I took several. Last one looks like it's going to work. Time to go, time to go. Okie dokie. No? There we go. That worked. I heard something unlock far off from here. I wonder what opened. Guess that door by the front? Whew. Holy shit. That was lucky. Fuck. Oh, that's just stupid. This isn't good. Heck. One of the industrial window panes has been left open. There's a chilly draft coming in from outside. Someone would have to climb in using these wooden stacks to get down. Oh, Vivian. Or is that Vanessa? No, it's Vanessa. There are deep blood scratch marks embedded in the wood. Look like they came from the fingernails. Oh my god, no. It's Vanessa. She's been strung up on the scaffolding by her neck. Face is swollen from being strangled, and her eyes, oh god, her eyes just keep staring out. She's still wearing what she was at the reunion, but one of her shoes is missing. God, Vanessa, why did you have to come here tonight? What did you do to deserve this? Can't take the sight of her or the smell. I have to get out of here. The way she's twitching. Holly. Flynn, holy shit, thank God you're okay. Are you hurt? I'm fine, really. I'm just a little banged up more than usual. I can still walk. What's wrong? You look upset. Flynn, it's Vanessa. What do you mean? What's going on in that room? No, don't go in there. Why not? Let's just get out of here, okay? Okay, fine. You can fill me in on the way. On the way to where? Come on. We have to go to the library. Why? Chapter 7. Piecing Things Together. Sunday, March 24th, 4:15 a.m. God, I don't want to stop playing. And I don't know how much more of this I can take. The flooding's only getting worse out there. I know. We're lucky the door was unlocked. Someone must have forgot to check it when they left. Oh, it seems quiet enough in here. Are you gonna be okay with that leg of yours? Yeah, I'll be fine. Okay, if you're sure. Even I'm getting tired. Hey, what's this? Just an old desk. Yeah, but there's something on it here. It's too dark to see, though. There's a note here on the desk. It's written in a neat, friendly style of handwriting. It was Harcourt. Look around. You'll see what I mean. What do you suppose it means? I have no idea, but we can't give up now. We better look around. Monsters in Her Backyard. It's a thick picture book about local missing stories meant to spook kids. I remember we used to try to scare each other with some of these. The Wendigo, the Log River Hag, the Ghost of Buck Hill. That's weird. There's a little green sticky note on one of the pages that says, "Show to Jonah." Handwriting looks like the one on the desk, too. It's a handmade poster that says, "Laureen's Kids Reading List. Summer fun for young readers." Huh, the handwriting kind of looks like the same as the one on the desk, doesn't it? Hey, you're right. And check this out. The actual list of books have been all scratched out. And it's covered with sticky green notes. What's wrong? The other part of this floor must have collapsed, blocking this. I'll have to get up and over it to get past it. I suppose. Now let's go down first. Let's check out down here. I don't know. Something about this place gives me the creeps. You want to go into the basement? Flynn, are you chicken? Hey, come on. I'll just wait up here for you. Fine. Suit yourself. I don't think so. We're not separating yet. It's chilly up here. I can feel the wind from outside. Holy hell, I think the roof collapsed. Ryan was getting pretty old, but it probably needed repairs, but didn't get them. Yeah, in a small town like this, who cared about the library? It's all about the beer prices and roads. Yeah, don't you hide or anything, Flynn. Don't question what I'm doing. The elevator's busted. Looks like the stairs are the only way up and down. Fantastic. It's locked. The fancy sign here says this is the office of manager of Jonah Harcourt. Harcourt, that's the name the note mentioned. You're right, we need to get it keyed into that office. Or we can just break the door. Wow, look at this place. You really haven't been home in a while, have you? The library installed this crazy statue last year. But the rest of the building's so run down. Why waste the money? I don't know, but I heard this wasn't paid for by the town. It was installed by the guy who runs the place. Private money? Damn, you must have come into some serious cash to pay for this. Before the Flood. It's a local history paper about the reoccurring floodings that used to happen here in the 60s. I thought the new hydro dam was built because of all that. Clearly hasn't helped much. There's a small yellow slip of paper stuck between the two pages. Elle keeps saying we did this. She's an idiot. Bruce Murray, the guy who founded the town. Wasn't that in the 1800s? Probably, I'll be honest, I never paid much attention in history class. I was always paying attention to Grace. Hey, I remember you paying attention to her as well. Well, she was a new kid at school at that point. We were all curious about her. There's so many books here, I'm not even sure where to look. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what we can find. Else we can find. We can come back here later. But this police found a bunch of bodies around town. A security guard, some guy who owned a convenience store. Says the murderers were never solved. They never found who did it. That's a scary thought. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Here you can see the town's two rivers pretty clearly, and it looks like there's already washouts everywhere. I don't think there's any way in and out of the town. Well, that's a problem. Why does she jump over it, but he just kind of walks right by it? You just showing off? Oh, look at me and my fancy two working legs. Kids' book here called Poor Paul. It's about a girl who gets teased because her family's poor. Grace used to get picked on a lot back in high school because she lived in the trailer park. And remember, you almost got expelled because you beat up someone who was really on her case. Not just anybody, that was Jack. That's probably why he hates me so much. Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that. Yeah, there's a little green sticky note in the front, on the back of the book. It's just a simple sad face drawn on it. It's some science fiction article about a boy who realizes he's not the same species as his family. How lame. I read that one actually. It's how I first learned about Grace. What do you mean? Well, I took the library book out and noticed her name on the library card. It was just after she moved, so I recognized her being new. Grace moved to town when we were in high school. What were you doing taking out trashy books like this? Hey, never mind you. I just wanted something stupid to read, okay? You never know what... You know what it was like back then. There was never anything to do. I didn't realize Grace was into stuff like this. Well, you've seen what's been going on. People don't tell each other everything. It's an electronic scanner for checking out library books. Once they're scanned, we can check them out in the PC beside it. Why would we do that? Why don't you take a look? Text editing program, but whatever file this is, it looks messed up. We look closer, there's some kind of message here. Scan 3 books, you'll know which ones. Library checkout program, we can't use it unless we scan some books first. Ollie, check this out. It's a photo taken with the computer's webcam. 1990? Oh my god, what the hell is that? It looks like Grace. No, I told you, it can't be Grace. Grace is gone. I don't get it. That photo, that weird cryptic message... That's Grace. We have to find out. Come on, we've been through this already. Don't make this harder than it already is. It's the middle of the night, the weather is hell, and we've got no way to call for help. We need to focus, okay? Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, Holly. Don't worry about it, really. Just remember that we're in this together. We'll get through this. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, that message said something about 3 books. We should search the library and see what we can find. Yeah, let's do that. Then once we do, let's bring them back and scan them. Maybe they'll give us some answers. children's book about a silly cartoon beaver meant to teach kids about logging, Lumber Larry. I remember reading some of these myself when we were little. They were in our school library, weren't they? Yeah, I remember back in elementary school. Don't you remember? That's how we first met, reading one of these books together in class. My God, you're right. I haven't thought of that in years. Wow, Flynn. We've known each other for so long, it's crazy. Didn't these books also come with these extra stories on cassette? Yeah, they did, in the back of the book, I think. Let's take a look at this there. Wait a minute, there's no cassette here, but there's a key stuffed into the pocket. Did I stink? Alright, I'm gonna call it a video here, but I'm not gonna stop, even though I should. It's gonna take a long time to process all these anyway, but whatever. I'm the Blues 32. This is Worse Than Death. TTFN. For now.